Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see all your smiling faces. It's my birthday and I'm so pumped to share this video with you guys. It's a banger. So in this video we are building a Windows application completely in Python. It will just annoy the hell out of anyone who runs it. It spams a bunch of browser windows, tells them they're an idiot for running this program, plays high frequency sounds using their speaker, moves their mouse randomly, clicks things, and just is just annoying to run that program. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this. So before we begin, just make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and let's jump into the video. So I'm inside VS Code. I'm just going to create a new file called prank.py, and in this file we are going to define a bunch of functions which do some action, and then later we'll try to run them all simultaneously using threads. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is spam a bunch of browser windows. So for that I'm going to import web browser. I'm also going to import time module just to sleep in between the users. So this will be my payload 1, and I'm going to define the spam function. Okay, what the spam function is going to do inside while true, I'm going to say web browser dot open some link and then new equals 1. All right, and then we are going to do a time.sleep for 1 second. Okay, so for the URL I have this image here. Congratulations, you're an idiot. I'm just going to copy this, paste it inside as so, and this will spam a bunch of browser windows. So let's test this out. Actually, let's not do this in while true. Let's do this without the while true. Let's call the spam. Let's run it, and yes, it does open up one browser window for you, right? The second payload which we are defining here is going to be annoying beep from your speaker. So I'm just going to say sound, define sound, and for this I'll need to import a new module called winsound. Okay, now all right, now in the sound what I'm going to do is have a frequency and a duration, and now we are going to randomly generate these two numbers. So I'm also going to import the random module, import random. Now for the frequency I'm going to go between 10,000 to 15,000. So I'm going to say random dot rand range 10,000 to 15,000. all right, now make sure you don't go too high with the frequency. Don't go above 20,000 because it's not in the audible range for humans, so it will just be useless. Try different frequencies, experiment with them, and see what works best for you, right? Now for this I'm going to go with random.rand range. I'm going to say 3,000 to 5,000. That's in milliseconds, so that means 3 to 5 seconds. So the frequency and duration, so the frequency is between 10,000 hertz to 15,000 hertz, and our duration is 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, randomly generating a value. Now we can use a while true, and then winsound.beep. I'm going to say frequency. I'm going to pass in the frequency, and then I'm going to pass in the duration. Okay, and then we are also going to do a time.sleep. Let's do 1.2 seconds. Now I'm going to define the third function, payload 3. This is the most interesting one. Here we'll take control of the user's mouse and move it into a bunch of random places. I'm going to define danger. That's my dangerous function, and inside this dangerous function I'm also going to define another function called move mouse, and accept in the duration. And then we'll do a start. For this we'll have time.time, and then we'll have a time elapsed, which we'll set equal to time.time minus where we started. Okay, Now after this we need to get the size of the user screen, so I'm just going to say x size and then y size will be equal to pi auto. Okay, I haven't imported this module yet. I need to import pi auto GUI. Now let me copy this, pi auto GUI dot size. All right, so we get the size of the user. Now what we have to do is while time elapsed time elapsed is less than the duration which we passed in, this one less than the duration. Okay, now that we have done that, now what we need to do is move this mouse to whatever random place we generate here, right? So what I'm going to do is pi auto GUI dot move to, where is move to, I'm going to say x comma y, and then our duration will be set equal to 0.2 seconds. Now the duration, what this does is takes 0.2 seconds to move somewhere. It will not instantly move there, right? So this is just helpful. Add a little delay, and at the end what we'll do is time elapsed. Our time elapsed will set we'll set this to time minus the start. Okay, so now that we have defined a function, a move mouse function, now we'll call it inside the danger function in a while true, in an infinite loop, while true. I'm going to say move mouse, and I'm just going to pass in 120 as the duration, and let's do a time.sleep, and we have done 1.2. let's do this 1.3. all right, so in order to make this program even more annoying, what we are going to do is run all of these three functions at the same time. Now you cannot do this. Normally you would not be able to do this. What you have to do is run them in separate threads. Now threading is an advanced concept which is very close to the hardware. So what how does threading work is basically every single CPU has some amount of cores, and every single core can handle a certain amount of threads. So when you buy a new CPU, you might see something like 8 cores 16 threads. So what that means is it has 8 cores, and each single one of those cores can handle up to 16 threads at the same time, right? So a CPU would do some action in first thread, go back to the second, and switch back between threads, right? So I'm going to import the threading module. I'm going to leave a link down in the description in case you want to read more about threads. Okay, also Tech with Tim has a video about this, you can check that out. So link in description. Yeah, so here we need to start the 3 threads here. So what I'm going to do is define threads, which will set equal to a list. Now we need to make all of these functions into threads. So I'm going to say spam, which will set to equal to threading dot thread, and dot get will set equal to spam. Let's copy this. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing for all the 3 functions here. Fast forward. So we have defined all the threads, and now we need to start these threads, right? So I'm going to say spam dot start, and then I'm going to append this start to the threads dot append. I'm going to say spam, right? Spam, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the second and the third thread. Okay, so I have done that for all the 3 files. At this point you could actually be done with this program and convert this into an exe, and this would be fine, but we are not going to be so evil and leave the user with this madness. We'll use the keylogger which we built in the previous video and let the user escape out of this when they press the escape key, right? A few times. We are also going to notify them. We'll use the notification library to notify them that they can exit out of this using the escape key. Okay, so for this I'm just going to fast forward through the part where I write the keylogger. You can watch the previous video if you want to. So this is my basic keylogger. I showed this in my previous video. Now we need to write a function to end the threads. Now this is a little complicated function. What I'm going to do is, quick interruption here guys, this video was getting really long and really boring. In particular this function definition, I explained a lot of blah blah blah. So I figured I'll have to fast forward through this part rather than having you click off the video. The entire code will be linked in the description down below. I have also linked the official Python documentation. Feel free to check that out as well. Now let's continue with the rest of the video. So now we can use this terminate threads to terminate all the threads once we hit the escape key, right? So here in this terminate threads, what I'm going to do is terminate threads. I'm going to pass in the spam. Okay, so we have terminated threads. Now we need to inform our user that hitting the escape key will terminate the thread. So I'm going to import from player. I'm going to import the notification. Okay, so yeah, that's a notification, and I'm going to run this 5 times. For I in range 0 to 5. Let's do notification dot notify Now here we need to pass a title, a message, and the app name. So let's pass a title. We'll set this equal to haha gotcha, and then comma, we'll have a message. Which will set equal to press escape to exit out of this. Okay, then let's have the app name will set equal to process manager. Okay, this is our manager. So yeah, that's our program done. Let's run this and see if this works. Haha, gotcha. Press escape. Okay, I'm not moving this program to hit the escape key multiple times. So that's it for the video guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, turn on notifications, because on Sunday I'm going to upload the part 2 of this video where I'm going to show you how to convert this Python script into an exe file which you can hand over to a friend and who would obviously get baffled after running this. So stay tuned. Hopefully you'll subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.